I think the main focus is to find our way, to find our style of play, how we want to play, and what we have seen a lot of times in our games in our stadium. So I think that's the main part, that's the main focus. But to have the respect, the highest respect of the opponent, the highest respect of their coach, because when you analyze New England, it's a clear structure how they want to play, and with a lot of quality in their philosophy, with a lot of quality with their players. And I think for us, it's really important to find our way, to find our intensity, to find our energy level against them.
Go back to Dan.
Obviously, a lot of frustration at the end of that match on Saturday. As you said, you want to keep the positivity going. How do you do that now in training? And what is the main focus to try and get a very good start to this one so it doesn't linger around?
Yeah, it's not only the main part now, the main focus only to have a good start. I think it's necessary for us to bring all the quality, all the energy level in 95 minutes. I think that was the message, and we analyzed very long in a video session the game from Philly. And I think the biggest mistake what we can do is only to talk about positive things. We know we had really good things, especially in the second half, where we can change also the game and the result. But we have also to improve something, especially from the first half. And it was not from the tactical point. It's more how we want to support each other in the duels, which kind of runs we need backwards and forwards, and to defend all together, to play forward all together. It's not only one player, it's not only two players or a group of positions. It's the whole team. And I think we have seen this so many times. When we are doing that, then we have the quality, for sure. But when we are doing 5% less, then we are struggling in some moments. And this is what we did against Philly. So now we are looking forward. Next game is in 2 days, and I think it's important to analyze very serious the last game, and now to have the focus for the next training session. It is tomorrow. Today the training session, especially the communication on the field, was very well. And of course we are frustrated. It's not the best atmosphere off the field. That's okay. It's more important what happened on the field, and this was a good start. Today in the training session we have to continue that, and at the end we have to show this on Wednesday when it's match day.
Next we go to JJ.
Hey, Sandro. How is the team's confidence level right now, and what are you doing to maintain it during the morale during this stretch? And also, what message do you have for the fans?
Yeah, the message is that was not good, especially the first half. So, but the second half, what I said, was a good reaction. After the halftime was a good reaction in the second half to see then our face. But at the end, we want to show that 95 minutes, and that's the message. And now we are in our home stadium. We need every support, and we had a great support as well in Philly, and now it's in our home stadium against New England, against a really good team. And not to think that we can win this game with 80%, that's not possible. And the confidence, yeah, it's normal that you are frustrated, but it's not necessary now to talk about the confidence or something like that. So it's more to identify what we have to improve, and that's it. And this is what we did, very serious, and not with the highest emotions, but very serious, very clear what we need from each position, and then to prepare very serious the game against New England. And what I said, today was the first training session, tomorrow is one training session again, and then to be ready for Wednesday.
Next we go to Gary.
Good afternoon, Coach. Speaking about Wednesday, what are the lessons that you learned from them in the last encounter against New England that you want to be able to put into practice with them on Wednesday night?
Our first game, you mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The first game, it was tough to play there, and we had this experience as well last season there to play on the road. And what we have seen in our game against them in the first game, they have quality, especially also when they have the ball, and they in their build-up, a lot of rotations with the Sixers. Polster as a key player, he's always moving and he wants the ball. And Gil as a target player then in the red zone with his quality. Then they have quality as well in the offensive line. So, but at the end also very strong in their defense. So we have seen this in the first game against them, and of course we analyzed this as well. And now, but what I said at the beginning, our focus has to be, okay, what do we need in our intensity, what do we need in our energy level and our principles, which will be important for Wednesday against them. And then we are able, when we bring them all together, then we are able also to bring a really good performance against them. And then we will see, hopefully then, to do everything for getting these 3 points.
Go back to Dan.
Yeah, just wondering if you could give us an injury update on Lewis Morgan and some other players that are currently trying to recover.
Yeah, Lewis Morgan is out, that's clear, and the timeline is end of August, this is what I said, and Cam Harper is clear. The rest of the season he's out. And Serge Gomar, he had some problems in our pre-match training last Friday before Philly. So I think could be that he's back. Is a question. I'm not sure that he's back for Wednesday. Maybe end of the week we will see.
I don't see any more hands. Do we have any more questions to the coach? If not, we'll let him go about his day. Everyone go to Gary.
Oh, Gary, good.
Anything on Marcelo Morales? I was understood that maybe he was a couple of days away. And of course, naturally, Dylan Nealis, will he be somewhat available for selection? If not Wednesday, Saturday versus Miami?
Yeah, Dylan was on the bench, so he's available, and he was for a long time out. So we will see if he's an option then to be for in the starting lineup for Wednesday or Saturday. But he's ready to go. And Marcelo, it's a little bit tricky, the situation. He was sick now last weekend for 2 days. So the schedule, his individual plan was to play for the second team on last Friday in Toronto. It was not possible because he was sick. And then the main part is he has good quality with his left foot, with his technique, and also in the final third with his crosses. But we have to build him up physically. That's the main part. That's the main point. And he's sometimes in the rhythm, then out, then come in. I think that's the part of him. And we will see then that when he's in a role in a lot of training session with the highest load, I'm pretty sure then he can show his quality. But first of all, we have to bring him in a really good physical spot.
Noah, looking at the recent performances, do you feel the struggles are more mental, perhaps hesitation in key moments, or is it more of a physical execution with sharpness on the pitch?
No, I don't feel like it should be physical. I think we're all in great shape. We train very hard, and I think we have a good team in terms of physicality. So I don't think it's about that. I think I don't think it's about the physical side of it.
Next, go to Dan.
Hey, no, obviously last time you were up in Foxborough, the result didn't go your way. How do you guys try to remedy that with New England coming over and you're looking for a little revenge from that loss?
Yeah, of course, that wasn't a good performance, especially in the first half of that game. So, I think it's something we need to do better, and especially, like we said, considering the last, especially the last performance against Philadelphia, that's first and foremost something we need to do better.
Next, go to Gary.
You're saying it's not exactly a physical situation when you and your team have slow starts. Could it be more of a mental one? Even though you've done, your coach and your players have done some great training on the pitch, but then when the game starts, things go a little bit off kilter. It may not be that one thing, but can you, discuss to us what is the thing that keeps the team from being in sync?
Well, that's a good question. I think, of course, if I knew all the answers, then we will hopefully be winning every game. But no, I think I think we had some bad starts, like you say, but we also had some very good starts. So I think that's the problem. I would say that the consistency hasn't been there. Like we had some very good results, and with that also some very good starts of the game, like especially in the home games that we start very well and on the front foot, and then we had some, like you said, very bad starts as well. So I think it's the consistency, like the whole performances over in general hasn't been consistent enough.
Next, go to JJ.
Noah, last year you guys went through a pretty bad streak towards the end of the season. Now you guys are going through another slump. What did you guys learn from last year to make sure that last year's slump doesn't happen this year?
No, I think we have a close group that, like you said, a lot of the guys have been here together. I think that helps going through last year with a lot of ups and downs, like you said as well. So I think having a group that's stayed together for some time, and then of course we hopefully we can change this trend that's been the last couple of games.
Everyone, we have time for 2 more questions with Noah. First, we go to Dan.
Hey, Noah. Just to go back about this past Saturday's game, what was the difference with Philadelphia on how they were able to take advantage, and what can you do, to use that information to improve yourself for the rest of the season?
No, like I mentioned before, it was very disappointing. I think, and also like I said before, I think everyone wants to. We are so determined to win these games that maybe it becomes like a kind of a lock-up, that we want to win so badly that we start forgetting what we actually have to do on the pitch to win the game. That you think you have to run and fight. That's the basic thing. But if you only think about that and not what we actually have to do in the game, then I think to follow, like you said, if then we just forget the match plan, what we have to do, then we won't win. I think the running and the fighting, that has to be the basics. But then we also have to don't forget how to actually play the game to win it. I think that's the key.
And we'll finish up with JJ.
Noah, you've been here for a while. Going into this match, obviously the goal for the team is to win the game. But what are some personal things that you feel that you need to improve on to help that happen on the pitch?
Sorry, I didn't hear the last thing.
What are some things that you can do personally to help the team achieve the victory?
No, I think obviously there's a lot of things I want to improve, and when we lose and when we concede goals, then especially us as defender have the responsibility for that. So I think we all have to take responsibility, and including myself, that if we concede goals or if we lose the games, then you have to look what can you do better, and that's what I try to do every game. I think that's what all the guys try to do every game to see what can we do better. Now it's last couple of games conceded a few set piece goals, so I think that's something we have to look at and see how can I personally and us as a group do better in those situations, to see if there's something we can do to prevent that.